Hey guys, welcome back to the official video webcast of GeekRest.com, joined by Aaron Holland.
Does this video webcast have a name? Like some kind of branding?
Day.
For resting?
For resting.
Yes.
And
it's godly.
Obeying.
Also godly.
It is godly.
Well, for, you know.
I need a booming voice.
Adam is your geek god, and he rests on the seventh day, and you listen to him.
And you are.
And if it was transcribed, the text would be in red.
Does that make you Jesus? I'm the God that...
No, dude. I want to be like Moses or something. I don't know.
I'll get the sandals to match that.
Whatever.
All right. It's a relatively light week, so we're just going to cover a few things.
I'm totally hungover.
You're not hungover. You're just under the weather because too many Fritos or something.
Bad food and lots of drinking and throwing up all night, and you know. But let's talk about cool stuff because I love cool stuff.
Cool stuff, video game stuff, because it's his favorite video games. You gotta.
I suck at all video games. I grew up with you know the Nintendo, like the Duck Hunt right up against the screen, you know, shooting it, and side-scrolling Mario. It's so simple. It's like, what do? All you do is go to the side, and whatever comes at you, you jump on it. You know, like
get the blame.
Video games are so hard now. I only play it if it's something related to a comic book I like. Really, yeah, it's like.
The Walking Dead video game segue. This is the game I want to mention. It's coming out very soon, actually. Published by Telltale Games, and this is going to be cool. It's based on Charlie Adler's artwork, and Robert Kirkman's all collaborating with it. It's a digital game. You won't be able to buy it in stores, and it's going to be. Well, I don't know. I mean,
that's fine.
I haven't bought a game in a very long time, so naturally, if I were to buy a game, I would assume I can go to a store, but it's not the case.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's play.
And they're going to release it in 5 chapters, releasing one every month, and it's a totally different story from the comic books, which is
and the TV show too, then.
And the TV show, which is kind of cool because Kirkman, you know, he did the whole comic book thing. He basically lived a day in the life of Rick since he's woken up. And then they had to mix it up for the TV show, which some people are pissed about. It's genius. What else are you gonna do? You don't read everything page for page. And so now he's expanding the world even more with this new character, Lee Everett, who you'll be playing as in the game.
I have one question though.
Just one?
Yeah. How much money is Tony Moore gonna get out of this?
Tony, all your lawyers. I don't know. I don't think he doesn't get.
I'm just being a dick.
It's interesting though. I don't know, man. That's salt in the wound right there. Sorry, Tony, but yeah, that should be cool. That's Tony. Oh, Tony, and yeah, that's released later this month, and yeah, cool. Keep an eye out. A lot of gameplay footage is coming out, so check it out.
What about all this DC Nation animation?
DC Nation,
just. Oh my God.
It is Saturday morning and I would be watching cartoons right now if it were 20 years ago.
Yeah, but I mean, we have a DVR, so
we
can watch them on our own time.
We're in the now. A lot of shows coming back this weekend. Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes, which is Marvel's, you know, big bread and butter comic.
It was great. It ran through so much storyline of, you know, Bendis' comics. And
so good.
It was, in my opinion, Marvel's best thing. Like, you know, I mean, what else? All of their 90s stuff was just, you know, it's nostalgic. You know, you think the theme song to the X-Men show in the 90s and you go back and watch it. Yeah, I had it for my ringtone for a while. But, I mean, it's not really that well done. Like, it doesn't hold up like Paul Dini and Bruce Timm's Batman the Animated Series.
Definitely
that holds up. I could watch that today, and I have. You know, it's on the hub. I watched that and Batman Beyond and all Superman Adventures. Those hold up. Those are freaking great.
And now another one they're putting out this weekend, premiering on Sunday, alongside Earth's Mightiest Heroes is Ultimate Spider-Man.
Right.
Which is...
Paul Dini's involved, right?
Paul Dini and Bendis writing.
I just don't see how that can go wrong. I mean,
don't see.
Paul Dini is a great animated showrunner, and Bendis is a great writer who has done so much with Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I've heard some fanboy naysayers, but to me, it's not really, you know... Whether Peter created the web shooters, whether Peter is like this teenage uber genius scientist kid or not, doesn't really matter so much to me with Peter. You know, like if it's Shield related and it's Nick Fury, that's fine.
Throwing Shield. Well, they're also throwing Shield in wherever they can because of the Avengers movie coming up. So,
but in the Ultimate Universe, Peter's parents, his dad was scientist and created those things, and Shield's been involved in everything with Nick Fury because I just don't. That doesn't bother me. It's not like making Ninja Turtles aliens, like it just doesn't really bother me. And to make it so that Peter still has to be downtrodden, everyone still has to hate him. He still should take pictures for the newspaper that headline says he's a dick. Like his life still should be an open toilet bowl. Yeah. But whether Shield makes his costumes and gives him web fluid, that's fine with me.
That's fine. That just adds a little bit more color. No, that's cool. So I'm very excited about that, and it looks like it's totally in the visual style of the comic books, and they got some great voice actors doing it, and that comes out on Sunday with Avengers and DC Comics. In the other corner,
oh my lord,
DC Nation.
Young Justice has been a brilliant show. Green Lantern animated. Some people don't like the CGI. I'm sort of okay with that. It's Bruce Timm style CGI, and I love Bruce Timm. Yeah. I do get that it's kind of more for younger kids, kind of like Clone Wars for Star Wars. I'm okay with that to an extent. I would like them to have been Yellow Lanterns instead of Red Lanterns because the Red Lanterns just seem like buffoonish type of, not rage, not ripping out people's eyeballs and stuff.
But it's cool. They're taking elements from Blackest Night. They're actually respecting the source material a little bit more than.
No, I'm just saying I see some of the fanboy complaints, but I'm still enjoying it.
I do. The movie was a flop, and it's cool that they can actually release a show like this. They can't do live action. This is a space, opera. So to have such a big canvas to cover. An animated series works great. If they do it right, the show's been.
And this is everything is coming together. This is, they did the DC New 52 Comics relaunch, and then I guess they were looking at their entire structure and saying, hey, don't we kind of own Cartoon Network? Yeah. Aren't we all the same corporate entity?
Right.
Why don't we do a block of programming, kind of like, Adult Swim, but for, people that from whatever age, obviously there's adults like us watching it. I mean, we are adults, and do things that might not have could carry its own series or whatnot, but little shorts that, oh my God, the My Little Pony Faust chick doing the Super Best Friends Forever, that is brilliant. Yeah. Did you see the Black Lightning thing?
No.
Oh my lord, it's total blaxploitation fun.
Really?
Yeah, and it's Thunder and Lightning. It has the two daughters, and it's fun.
I'm waiting for Animal Man.
Just that tease of Animal Man. Animal Man is one of my 4 or 5 favorite characters of DC. I love Animal Man, and just that image of him with the eagle, and it's oh my God, I can't wait for this Animal Man because we haven't gotten Animal Man. We haven't gotten him. He wasn't in Justice League Unlimited. No. Even with how Unlimited was. He wasn't in Batman Brave and the Bold because they did B'wana Beast, and it would be a little bit redundant in a way. I want Animal Man, and I want the family aspects. I want everything about Animal Man. I want to see that, but I'm just so in love with this whole idea of this DC Nation. Let's get Swamp Thing. Let's get. I know Plastic Man's coming. Let's get the Creeper. Blue Beetle. But let's get some crazy stuff. I'm so much, just DC has always been better than Marvel in animation, and this, to me, is boom.
Well, actually, going back to the Ultimate Spider-Man, this is the first comic book animated series that Marvel is doing themselves.
Right.
They
didn't do Earth's Mightiest Heroes themselves?
This is the first one they're producing from the ground up.
Oh, wow.
Themselves. And I think that might give them, it may have more of their DNA in the show,
right.
So it might speak more to the fans. But DC's been doing it from the get-go, and obviously it speaks volumes because their shows are just top-notch. Cool. And what else? Beware the Batman. Something they teased this week, which is going to be joining the ranks of Young Justice and
CGI.
And CGI, yeah.
That's the new thing that they're doing. Personally, I love Batman Brave and the Bold. Just the goofiness, the hokiness, just all the ridiculous team-ups. I thought that was so well done. And so, I wouldn't even say palate cleansing, because all the dark stuff was done so well by Bruce Timm and Dini that what are they just gonna do a rip off of Bruce Timm and Dini? This is another Brave and the Bold was another legitimate incarnation of Batman that was balls out, crazy fun. And now that that's done, they can go back dark again, and I think everybody's ready for it.
Right.
And, you know, if Bruce Timm's involved, more power to it.
Yeah.
But, you know, hopefully he is, right?
Hopefully.
I don't know.
And let's see, what else you want to mention here while we're speaking about the Marvel and...
That Superman logo, dude. Let's talk about that. Why not?
Superman logo was released.
A lot of people seem to dig it. I mean, there's like the few naysayers, whatnot. Someone said there's like a satanic Nike swoosh in there.
No, it's either made of bacon or it's a Nike swoosh.
An upside down backwards Nike swoosh.
Dude, I like it. You know, obviously it's the internet, it's comic books, everyone's going to have an opinion.
Right.
And, you know, it's going to be exaggerated and sensationalized, but, dude, it works.
It's looks
cool.
a little bit retro, like, you know, Golden Age Superman in some of the S parts.
Yeah.
But then, like, completely modern in that it looks like bacon. I mean, what's more modern than bacon?
You know what? Yeah,
like
bacon.
the flamey bacon, you know, like
it sells.
I don't know, man. I want that logo like stamped on a Whopper.
Well,
you know, like
ooh, sizzling. It looks alien. Looks good.
It's not bad.
It's you know, this is the first
Kryptonian
movie.
Whatever.
Yeah, Kryptonian roots. And if they ever want to evolve the logo into the next movie, you know, clearly you'll get the more traditional logo, emblem.
The best thing about it is it's got people talking, and you know, people are getting interested in all that. The last Superman movie was just kind of I don't know, it was very retro and very much a continuation of the other movies.
It
and this
grew
looks,
on me.
But this looks like it's something where they're trying to do something different, and obviously that can go either way. But still, it gets people talking, and that's what they really need for Superman as a movie. You know,
right.
like Batman is, you know, untouchable at this point.
Well, that's another thing. I mean, Christopher Nolan, he's helped produce this movie. It's all Warner Brothers, so it's the same teams doing The Dark Knight and everything. So
I love that guy.
What else we got here?
You want to talk about Valiant Comics because you're getting very excited about Valiant Comics.
So
you liked it as
Valiant.
a kid. The writer for the first book, Exo Man of War, is a friend of mine, Robert Vendetti, who did Surrogates, which was, in my opinion, the best pick. I mean, he does that kind of sci-fi stuff so well, and it's Exo Man of War. The artist, Rob was telling me when he was down here that he cannot believe he has, you know, is writing for this artist and how great he is, and you geek out for the guy, right?
Kerry Nord?
Yes.
Yeah.
We need to have him down here.
You do?
Yeah, to a comic shop for a signing with Rob.
May know him from Conan. Did a big run on Dark Horse.
Did a great, well-respected run on Conan.
And but the big news this week is that he was signed for an exclusive deal with Valiant, so he's with them for the long haul, and he's probably going to be shuffled to other titles.
Yeah. He's probably going to have a great career there.
Yeah, I know. That's very cool.
I think these titles are going to catch. I know we talked about them in a previous video, but I just think they're tapping into a lot of just relevant issues, relevant zeitgeisty type things, the same way that Marvel tapped into all of this stuff going on back in the 60s.
Yeah.
And possibly the way that Valiant was kind of iconoclastic in the 90s when they came out. You know, it's like they're catching that flair, and that's what I told them when they tapped me as a focus group, is like, you don't just need another independent book. You don't need another kind of super powered characters book.
Right.
What is your niche? What is your pitch? What is your reason for being? Why does this book exist? You know? And I think they got it. I think this is what they're doing. So I'm excited for Valiant. Hopefully the books are going to rock.
Books. My one plea, bring back the chromium covers. Valiant, dude, please. I dig the. It's gimmicky, I know, but they made it look so good.
Okay, I'll get behind it.
I just
I want you to love me. If the chromium covers are just the standard thing that I can order, that's fine. If the chromium covers are like 1 for every 50, and I have 50 people wanting them, then that makes my life a nightmare.
It does.
You know, I have the haves and have-nots, and I feel like, you know, like I'm George W. Bush or something.
Customers always right, man.
Yeah, how can they be right though? If 50 people want something that I only have 2 of, what the hell do I do? I'm not Jesus. I can't just like multiply it like the fucking the feeding of the 5,000 with the fish and the loaves of bread. You know, like I can't turn paper into chromium and water into wine. I mean, come on. Okay. And lastly, I wanted to mention A vs. X. Issue 0 was fun. Issue 1, which we've already read, was a lot of fun, a lot of craziness. It's coming out this Tuesday at Finder comic book stores that care enough to do a release party.
Yes.
So 8 o'clock on Tuesday the 3rd. And it is what I want. It's what I think a lot of Marvel fans want. And it's, you know, yes, it is copying Civil War in a way, and it's copying like all that good stuff. But when I go back to it, I say, how did these Marvel characters work best in a crossover? Going all the way back to the first one, which was Secret War.
Right.
Just get the characters together and come up with some contrived reason to have them punch each other in the freaking face. That's how it works. Yeah. That's how Civil War worked. That's even how Secret Invasion worked with the Skrulls. It still looked like the characters were punching each other in the face. Yep. Some of them happened to be Skrulls. So what? What we secretly want is them punching each other in the face. Like with Playboy magazine. What we want is look at some nice titties. Now, having great articles and well-written, thoughtful, political articles is good too in the Playboy. Yeah. And having said that, I do think that the underpinnings that Jason Aaron's putting in here is political and good and deep, and the subtext is there about the Utopia Island being this religious compound, and Cyclops is totally fanatical that this is their destiny, and the Avengers just trying to stop them and maintain, order and rule of law for the government and society and whatnot. And there is heady underpinning, but honestly, it's like, and I get a lot of people have been burned by Marvel. A lot of people just, their identity is being a cynic and liking indie stuff. I love indie stuff too, but for me, it's the frosted mini wheats, all right? So it's like the fiber side of me is like, oh, I've seen this before, whatever. And then it flips over, and and it's like the frosting side, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm 12 years old, and I know exactly what this is. I'm amped up. I want to see this crap. I want to see what's going on, and I want to, this is so good, It's like, I think that it's going to deliver. I really do. And I haven't said this for a while.
Really?
But, with Marvel. But I think it's going to deliver. But, seriously, if you think of all the crossovers, even Fear itself, let's give these heroes hammers, make them evil so other heroes can punch them in the face. Yeah. All their crossovers work best when the heroes are punching each other in the face.
Yep. That's the best thing about Fear itself, I'd say, was the, heroes fighting heroes.
Even House of M, it was an alternate reality where some people's alliances were different. And different people punched each other in the face and used to be friends. That's how it works.
That was awesome.
A versus X. This is, yes, it's derivative, but I would say this is the formula that worked for Marvel's superheroes in a crossover. Yeah. So I'm psyched. I'm amped up for it. Right. So, I'm still going to push Saga. I'm still going to push all these indie books that are moving the whole industry forward. But having said that,
we got several months of it.
I like this nostalgic stuff. I want to see these guys punch each other in the face. It's homoerotic, and I love it.
Yeah.
So if you are really against A versus X, you're a homophobe.
Is that right?
Yeah.
You heard it here.
Because what's more homoerotic than Cyclops and Captain America punching each other in the face while Wolverine watches?
Smoking a cigar.
Yeah.
Something's at play here.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. All right.
I'm sorry. I went off.
That's good. I'm excited for it too. You made me excited. You also made me a little homo.
Yeah, we'll work it out later.
A little bit. So Tuesday, midnight, participating stores, check it out, AVX1.
And if your store's not participating, think about quitting them and going to one that does.
Yeah.
They're not trying hard enough. They're not doing it right. They don't deserve your money.
So, that's it for the week. Thanks for tuning in.
I can say that I am a comic book store retailer. I'm not just like, if you said that, they'd be like, this guy is running a podcast and talking bad about comic book store retailers. I am a comic book store. That's like black people saying the N-word.
It is.
I'm out.
You're out.